In the aftermath of both the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and the trial over the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, now the Ghislaine Maxwell trial has started. And this is the trial over Ghislaine Maxwell, colloquially believed to be sort of like the fixer for much of the sexual assault that the late Jeffrey Epstein was involved in. Ghislaine Maxwell, both his girlfriend and also sort of a lot of this is allegations that are being explored, but believed to be accused of being someone who helped groom and get women into this kind of perverse alleged system of abuse that Epstein perpetuated. And in the last few days, folks, including like Lauren Boebert, the Republican congresswoman, who's vile, I mean, just vile, disgusting woman, made a big deal of saying the left is worried about this trial because a lot of leftists are going to be exposed for maybe being involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, yesterday, Jeffrey Epstein's former airplane pilot testified and named Donald Trump as a passenger on Epstein's, what was sometimes called, shockingly, the Lolita Express, also naming Bill Clinton. The point here is not that this doesn't hit Democrats and Republicans, but rather that it basically just involves powerful men who want to be around rich people, powerful people, and young, attractive women, quite frankly. And so this is potentially not going to go well for a lot of different people. A bunch of interesting reports, including this one from Newsweek, which says Trump Clinton among famous flyers, no sex acts seen on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, pilot says. Jeffrey Epstein's former pilot testified Tuesday in the sex trafficking trial of Ghislaine Maxwell, saying he never saw any evidence of sexual activity when he was flying Epstein's plane. That could be meaningful or not. Oftentimes, the pilots don't leave the cockpit during these flights, which are often just a few hours. The Associated Press reported that Lawrence Paul Visoski Jr. was Epstein's pilot for nearly 30 years, piloted around 1,000 flights between 91 and 2019. He said he flew famous people such as Prince Andrew, whose association with Epstein was already known, former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Maxwell has been accused of recruiting and grooming girls that Epstein was accused of sexually abusing for at least 10 years, starting in 2004. Visoski said in the hierarchy of Epstein's world, Maxwell was the number 2, while Epstein was the big number 1. Some media members have called Epstein's plane the Lolita Express. After allegations surfaced, he used it to fly teen girls to his properties. Though Visoski says, he stayed in the cockpit for the majority of the flights, he said Epstein never warned him to stay there and encouraged him to use the bathroom in the back, which would require him to walk through the length of the plane. When Maxwell's attorney, Christian Everdell, asked Visoski if he had ever seen sexual activity or toys on the plane, he said never. He also said he had absolutely not seen any sexual activity with underage girls on the plane, adding he had also never seen children on the plane who were not with their parents. When Everdell asked about a teenager who prosecutors say was sexually abused by Epstein before she became an adult, Visoski said he believed she was mature when he was introduced to her. He also acknowledged that Bill Clinton was a passenger on a few flights in the 2000s, had piloted planes with Britain's Prince Andrew, the late U.S. Senator John Glenn, and former Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton more than once. More than once. So listen, this is being made out to be partisan. The right is saying this was a Democratic sexual assault, party plane, Bill Clinton, etc. Some on the left are saying it's Trump who was really the guy here. It's everybody, guys. And it's everybody who was on the planes, Republicans and Democrats. In terms of sexual assault, we don't know. Now, it should be said, and I want to be really careful how I say it, there have been allegations made against Epstein and Trump as a, what's the even word, as a team. I mean, I don't even know what to say. About what I believe would qualify as gang rape of a minor. That's an allegation that has been made. But charges have been dropped and there's a lot of complication about it. But we've seen the video of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein at a party, sort of like evaluating and rating women who were dancing. Based on the video, we don't have any evidence that those women were underage. They all appear to have been of age. But my instinct is there's a lot of people wrapped up with this. And I don't believe that it is a partisan thing. And we're going to see what comes out. Now, a lot of people have gotten very conspiratorial, saying, whoa, on the first day of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, Jack Dorsey steps down as CEO of Twitter. There's no evidence whatsoever that the two things are related. Another one is the day Omicron is announced, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial starts. Well, actually, that's not even true. The trial started Monday. Omicron sort of became national, global news on Friday. It doesn't even really make sense. That being said, without going any further, of course, if Ghislaine Maxwell is found dead by suicide, I will be wondering about that. That would be very, very strange. And okay, yeah, I mean, that's the email I get most frequently. David, will you concede that if Ghislaine Maxwell takes her own life, that it would be strange? Yeah, I mean, it hasn't happened. It's a hypothetical. It has not happened. But yes, that would be a strange thing. This is bipartisan trouble, quite frankly, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.